Hello everyone, today's poem is Xiaoya, 南有嘉鱼, a Xiaoya poem from the Book of Songs. This poem has some specialty for two reasons. First thing first, this is a very, very important and popular song in the Zhou dynasty because this is one of the three poems or songs played during a party. So we have this song. Another is 鱼丽 and the third is 南有樛. So these three songs will be played and sung during a big party. So in the Zhou dynasty, there's so many events will be ended with a big party and dinner. Let's see the ceremony to pray to their ancestors, and the last thing is to have a big dinner. And when there is some of the guests, very important guests coming, and very likely the host will hold a big party and followed with a big dinner. So the dinner will be always a lot of luxury food together with a lot of wines. There are many poems in the Book of Songs reflected the happy and sometimes a little bit crazy dinners. And the second reason is there's some chapters in the Book of Songs. The three main chapter is 风雅颂, the wind, 雅, and the anthem songs. And in each of the main chapter, there's sub-chapters. That's in the winds. The sub-chapters will be divided by the states. 周南, 少南, and 渭 wind, 北 wind, so whatsoever. And in the Ya division, basically they have 大雅, 小雅, the big Ya and small Ya. But that's one of the chapters or styles to how to divide it, but basically you will see the title 鹿鸣之时, 南有嘉鱼之时, 鸿雁之时. So the words in front, basically they are from the first poem in that chapter, basically the title from the first poem in this sub-chapter. The 之时 means 10 poems. So basically that means the sub-chapter means 10 poems of 南有嘉鱼. So it's hard to tell how they gave the name, but basically why they have these sub-chapters is because of how the book was made from. So in that time, the book was all made of bamboo pieces, but each slip of bamboo pieces is quite limited. 20, 30, 50 characters could be written on that. So normally an article, a poem needs several pieces of bamboo slips, and that consists of an article or a poem. And for a book, you need normally a book will contain many poems and articles. Then the bamboo slips, the bamboo pieces, will be sewn through the silk, through a rope. So it makes a very, very long chips of bamboo pieces, and normally it will be rolled in a raw. So we also have the term 一卷, so that comes from the very ancient books, how it was made from, how it was stored. And later on we have papers, or maybe we use some of the silk to as the material to write on. The silk rolls and the paper rolls is also the type of books in the ancient China. So that also was so-called a raw. So normally a raw could be a book or even a big book. If it's a very big book, it could have many raws of one book. 卷一, so in the Chinese term, 卷一,卷二,卷三, so that tells you very clearly if you receive or you buy a book, you will receive 3 rows of bamboos, papers, or silks. Okay, let's get to the poem. The title, 南有嘉鱼, means there are lucky, nice fishes in the south. And basically, this is a quite simple poem. It's songs played in a drinking party. So how could it be very complicated? Everybody's very high, so they can only hear some very limited and happy words. 南有嘉鱼, 烴然罩罩. So in the south, there's nice, lucky fishes, and they are in the basket with the steams going up. 君子有酒, 嘉宾式燕以衎. So the Lord has a lot of wines. He's treated with his guest with this big dinner and music. 嘉宾, so the nice guest. 式燕, so they went to the dinner. 燕 is a long word, but in ancient times almost it might not be the long word, but in today it's a long word. So in the ancient time it's equivalent as dinner, 宴. So all the guests went to this big dinner and with pleasure with the music. So here's 2 things. Normally, the fish in the south was explained as the fish from the Yangtze River and the Han River, but basically I don't think so, because this song was always used in the Zhou's place, and in the capital area or in their coal areas in the north, they have rivers. They have a lot of the fishes like this one in the ancient poems, 周颂潜. So this is also about fish in this area, in the Zhou, around Zhou capital area. 一鱼七举, 七句, 前有多余. 有针有尾，条长眼里. So this is all about what kind of fish it has. So the Qi is a river in the north, and the Ju is a river in the north. Today it's a very, very small river, but it was said in the ancient time the river is much bigger, and along the river there's a lot of the big ponds and lakes, so with deep ponds and lakes. So 前有多余 means in the very deep down there's a lot of fishes, and the fishes are big fishes. The 鲇鱼 could be 5 meters, 7 meters long, and 尾鱼 could be 3 meters, 6 meters long. So it's very, very big fishes. And in the south, the river is much bigger today than the river in the north. And so I believe in the south they could have a lot of fishes, and they could have much bigger fishes because there's so many. The river is bigger, and the lakes and the ponds are bigger per the history record. And most of the big dinners was held in the Piyong. So we have a lot of poems describe or refer this place. Basically, it's the university, the Royal University at normal days, but it can hold big ceremonies and big dinners at this place. And this place in the center is a platform above the lake with the roof, high roofs, and it was surrounded with a big lake. So here it's quite might be referred to fishes in the pond or the lake surround Piyong. So anyhow, there's many rivers and big lakes in the south. There's no doubt. Okay, the second paragraph. 南有嘉鱼，烴然汕汕. In the south, it's nice, lucky fishes, and it was on the stove, so the steam was going up like the fairy atmospheres. So here, actually, I interpret this poem my way. So normally, it described the 烴然汕汕 and the 烴然罩罩to describe the fish still in the pond, in the lakes, swimming. It's swimming happily, lively, and a lot of fish swimming in the pond. But here, actually, it's about a dinner, and they are about to have this dinner at their main dishes. So in the first paragraph, 烴然罩罩, I would interpret as the fish has been captured with the basket, and it was on the ground, and the steam of the water, the steam was going up under the sun. The zhao has a very delicate meaning. The basket dedicated to capture the fish. It has no other meanings. So a lot of the poems in the Book of Songs, when they translated these poems or interpreted these poems, they gave the characters a lot of new meanings only dedicated for the Book of Songs. That's not right. You should use the very original meaning in the Zhou dynasty to translate the poems in the Book of Songs. And in the second paragraph, 烴然汕汕, shan actually is hard to tell because the very original dictionaries explained some characters according the explanation to the Book of Songs, but you still can use the very basic knowledge to explain this character shan shan, because the Chinese character was always just like a logo. So this term with the water at the left side, with the shan, the big mountain in the right side, so it related with the water and the mountain. So here, 烴然汕汕, very likely it described the fish was on the stove, so the steam is running up, and the 烴 is also very with a lot of meanings with 烴. But if we use the very original meaning of 烴, you can see it from the characters. So 烴 means they are cooking something with fire. The 4 dot at the bottom is a fire, and then the steam's going up, what's that for? So in the very beginning, that's for the ceremony, for the god, for the ancestors. So they have all kinds of foods at the table, and the god is up front, and so they want these delicious foods hot with steams, and the steams go up, and then the god and their ancestors can smell those delicious food. In that way, the god and their ancestors can have, or in Chinese, 享 these foods. So that's the meaning to pray in the ancestors' temples, to serve the luxury dinners and wines to their ancestors and God. Even there's no real figures or God can really have this food. So the steam or the flavor of the food is so important. Because they can go up and can have their ancestor and God to enjoy it. So that's the very original meaning of this character, 蒸. Okay, let's continue. 君子有酒，嘉宾式燕以衎. So the Lord has plenty of wines, so he wants his best guest to enjoy this big dinner with happiness. Okay, the third paragraph. 南有樛木，甘瓠累之. In the south, there is a huge wood, and the nice, sweet cucurbit was hanging on it. 樛木, actually we don't know what kind of wood it is. It was said that the branches is very prosperous and dense, but it was dropped down from the main branches. So it's just like willows, but it's not willows. And hu is cucurbit. So it's a very popular comparison for the Zhou people, because the huge wood basically it implies, or it was paralleled to the Lord, to the kings. So they are the backbones of this state, of this country. Hu, the cucurbit, was paralleled to the normal people. They are not strong because they are the wine plant. They don't have the backbones. They should rely on the backbone of that huge wood. So that paralleled that normal people should rely on their lord, on the kings. So that's the comparison, the very basic comparison between the wood and the cucurbit. And also the cucurbit has a lot of the seeds inside, and it also it's the metaphor for the noble people. You're better to be fertile as the cucurbit, have as many kids as you could. So that's also another one of the best wishes for the Zhou people. 君子有酒，嘉宾式燕绥之. And this Lord has a lot of wines, and my best guest, please enjoy this dinner, and to be comfort, to feel ease, to feel at home with this big dinner. Don't make you as a guest, just feel at your home with me. The fourth paragraph is a little bit different from the first three paragraphs. The first three paragraphs started with there is something in the south, the nice fish in the south, the big wood in the south. So it's talking something not on sight. And the fourth paragraph basically is talking something on sight. 翩翩者鹎，铮然来思. The bird of 鹎is flying down lovely with its wings up and downs. 铮然来思, so it's come to hear and thought about something with all those smells of wines and foods going up. So, of course, the birds won't stay down at the ground. Oh, one more thing. In the ancient China, the people have dinner on the ground. There's no table. There's very low tables on the ground and people sitting on the ground. There's no chairs at all. And so here, the birds, of course, it won't drop down to the table or to the ground. It's something up on the branch of the trees, on the roof or somewhere. And so the smell, the delicious smell of the food, the steam of the food comes up, so the birds can enjoy the delicious food, delicious smell as well. So it's a very, very vivid comparison to the bird, to that of their ancestors and God. They enjoy the food the same way. The bird and the ancestor and the God of the Zhou people, they smell the delicious foods. And the 鹎was interpreted as 祝鸠. So 祝鸠, that means implies this bird is for the prey. 祝 is prey. So finally, the poet comes to its subject, or the most core value of the Zhou people, the ancestors, the God. So all the things they have, the nice food, the nice wines, are the things their ancestors and the God gave to them. So whenever they have the nice food, delicious food and wines, they will think about their ancestors and thanks to their ancestors and asked their ancestors to enjoy the same dinner, the nice food, delicious food together with them. So that's basically why the prayer to the ancestor is so important for the Zhou people. That's the logic for the Zhou people, actually. So in the first three paragraphs, the Lord, maybe the king of Zhou, he hosts a big dinner for his best guest, and they have delicious foods, round wines, second round wines, have a lot of wines. Everybody's so high, even with such a high with wine, with alcohols. And finally, they concluded, okay, let's pray to our ancestors together, and thanks our ancestor gave us such a good fortune. Okay, the last sentence, 君子有酒，嘉宾式燕又思. So it's the resonance of the first sentence of this fourth paragraph. The Lord has a lot of wines, have plenty of wines. All my best guests, let's have this big dinner. Let's have a toast, and then let's think about it. Think about our ancestors, 有思. So normally, if you read other explanations, the term 思 was interpreted as no meaning, but it has a very, very accurate and delicate meaning here. Thinking of their ancestors. So basically, that's the focal point of the Zhou people. That's the most important core value for the Zhou people. So whenever they have disasters, have sadness, or they are with such a delight, with so many alcohol, with so many wines, they still need to think of their ancestors and to think about their core values. Okay, that's for today. Bye bye.